Hello, hello, hello. Hey, you guys. What's up, lips? If you are returning this week, it's your girl, Miss Mouthy, and this is the Miss Mouthy podcast that's all about the narratives of trans and non binary people and the allies that love and support us. And if you're new to this, thank you for tuning in. And hopefully, you came right in a sense of time where we're embracing everything that we are. This episode is called Embrace because I think it's important for you to recognize who you are and what parts of yourself that you may either shy away from or society try and tell you shouldn't embrace. But we're gonna do that fucking today. And so,
Period.
going over the weekend recap, I had went to twerking tequila and it was the shit. See, over there shaking his head because he already know. Twerking tequila was the shit. Like, if y'all don't know, it's like a black empower women's empowerment like movement, and it was just so dope. But everybody
Mhm.
came out, like it's all different intersections coming in one space to just get fucked up and shake their ass. And so
Right.
I was here for it. Also, like my son was in town, and whenever he gets here, I just love when we get together and our vibrations be very high. And then, some of y'all was celebrating 4th of July, and I'm not gonna shame y'all if that's y'all thing, but I would just offer this to you. Celebrate your goddamn self, especially if you're a woman in this country. It is time for us to embrace our bodies, because for them to always want to have censorship over it, tell us what we can and can't do, something great happened. So I had to post my little provocative pictures. Normally I be trying to be all humble, but that I was just feeling it like, you gonna tell us what to do with our bodies, but yet you want us to celebrate it a week after. Fuck out of here. But I got a special guest that I'm so happy to be here today. Special guest, can you introduce yourself?
What's going on, everyone? It's the one and only Exotic.
Period. Period. And I'm so glad that she's here. Thank you for taking the time out to be
Thank you
here
for
today.
having me.
Yes, you got a lot of things going on, which
Woo!
I'm so excited for.
Me
So,
too.
um, a multi moment. Me and Exotic met last year at a fashion show,
Hmm.
and it was so dope.
Yes, it was
Our
the Zebra Falls fashion show.
period. Our
Okay.
homegirl was tearing it up in Detroit. If y'all don't know, Latricia, you need to go cop her shit. Like,
Yes.
it's so dope. It's so fly. Like, she just
Hmm.
that show was the show that actually was my New Year's Eve piece. Like, once I seen it come down, I was like, I'm getting that dress.
Oh yes.
I don't know how I'm
Oh,
gonna
the
put.
one with the fringes. I
Yes.
knew I seen you in there. I was like, that was in the fashion show. I know that's right.
I was like, yeah, I was like, and I was sending her all the time. She was like, which one are you talking about? I'm like, it's
Mhm.
one that I've seen and I need it.
And I want it, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
period.
it.
So, talk to us a little bit about, how did you come up with your name?
Okay.
How did you get into music? We just want to take us all the way back to the beginning.
Ooh, so I got into music because my father has always been in the music scene. So I
Okay.
was literally raised in the studio with him
Period.
because he's a bass player and he be producing and stuff like that. So that's where I started at.
Black excellence. Okay.
Okay, yes. So as I grew, of course, seeing him do stuff, I'm like, shoot, I want to make my first
Yeah.
song. So I just started writing songs and stuff. And then he finally took me to his friend's studio to record. Ever since then, it was a wrap.
Okay.
But I was,
Roughly around what age did you start to see that, like, you had a gift and a talent for music?
I would really say like to write music and stuff, I would say about 13.
Okay. Okay.
But I was always like singing and I started in a singing and acting school.
Okay.
I was like
Period.
5 years old. I was the youngest one who got entered in there. Okay.
So you was already had your name in lights.
Yes.
Okay. Period.
Okay. So
Literally.
yeah, so that was called the Treehouse Players. That was like one of my favorite little, when they put you in programs and
Yeah.
stuff. Man, I was in there for about 5 years until they moved out of
Yeah.
town or something like that. But after that, I still, behind him, seeing what he do,
Right.
go to different shows and different things he has going on. And I started writing songs after that. He put me in the studio. It was a wrap after that.
So what was it like when your first album actually like came out?
Whoa.
Okay. Take us back to like 2014 and you were coming out with Exotic.
Hmm.
Like, what was that process like?
Okay, so of course that was my first album. I was doing like small showcases like at
Hmm.
different clubs and stuff like that, just networking with different people and
Period. Out
stuff.
here grinding.
Yeah, and I knew I knew I wanted dancers, but before I even had female dancers, I had the LGBT guys with me. Okay.
Okay.
So those were my first dancers. Shout out to them. They know who I'm talking about.
Okay. Hey y'all.
But yeah, they started off with me, and then my first big show was the River Days Festival. Yep,
Nice.
downtown Detroit. My dad, I believe he knows the guy who put it on, and that was my first big show. I opened up for Macy Gray.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's so funny with everything that's going on
Yeah.
right now. Okay, but we're not gonna drag you on Mouthy. Okay, right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I opened up for her.
Okay.
I opened up for her, and it was a wrap after that. Exotic. I had only like a maybe 3 songs when I did that, and then
Okay.
I got in the studio. After that, everything got better and better, and of course, like I said, I networked, and then I just was like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
So what's that pivotal moment like when you first get on stage and you do your first number? Did you feel that electric moment that makes you like come alive, as we know as adrenaline? Like,
Yeah, it was like really when I'm on stage, and you will actually see Saturday,
mm-hmm.
I am a completely different person.
Oh, I can't wait.
Whoa, I'm really a completely different. It's like an outer body experience. You would think that I would be in an audience with everybody else. Like, who is this on stage compared to who this is right now?
But
Like,
let me say that when you first walked into the room at the fashion show, I
mhm.
was like, I don't know who this is. Who is she? I need to
Mhm.
know her. Your energy is just infectious.
Thank
Like
you.
it
Thank
is
you.
so in your confidence. I was like,
Right,
okay,
because you was like,
yeah, like
come here.
come here. One fine bitch found another bitch. I was like,
Okay,
hey,
period.
okay. Oh, good. So, what was the process? Like, how long did it take for you to actually complete your first album?
So it probably took me about a year. I would
Okay.
say about a year, because I wasn't looking to create an album. I was just making songs. And
Mm.
then the type of father I have, I call him the Joe Jackson without the
Okay.
whoopings. Okay.
Okay.
So he was just like, let's make an album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, because this was when I was really in the pop feel, like
I
just
can
that.
hear that. I can hear that
Yeah.
from your first album.
Yeah. So I was trying to get into like the pop feel and stuff like that. So I was like, okay. So I just put out there that I'm having an album release. I reached out to a couple people I met in some open mics and stuff like
Okay.
that. And when I put that show on,
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like that changed everything, because the support, oh my goodness, just off of just me going out and supporting people and just networking with people, and they showed so much love for my first one. I had about 200 people
That's
there.
amazing.
and and that's when the money was different too, and
Okay.
I literally only had a banner with my name on it there.
Aw.
So since then, everything has changed, and just that whole process was just a great experience, because I was really just putting everything out there
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, I would say. And then when I look back on it, it's like, ooh, I would never wear that now. I would never wear my hair like that or nothing like that now. But it's like
But
the
it's
growth.
evolving, yeah, with the times that you be
Yeah.
like, you know what? It's
Yeah.
okay. So how did you come up with your stage name? Like that name is captivating.
Thank
Okay.
you. So, um, it was a dream actually.
Okay.
And I'm very like, I feel like I'm an intuitive person. And then when I get signs and different things like that, I just go with the flow.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was doing music, I was 13, 14, 15, didn't have no name. I was using my real name, which
Right.
is Ebony,
Uh-huh.
So I was doing like talent shows.
Julia's directional
Right.
body.
I just came here to dance.
Okay,
Okay.
for y'all, period.
But yeah. So I was just, I would say nameless, and I just felt like that wasn't it. I just couldn't go on stage like Ebony, like, oh
Yeah.
man, like I was doing talent shows and stuff like that, but it just was not, it didn't feel
Feeling,
right.
yeah, yeah.
And then, I by this time I had to be 18 or 19, and I had a dream, and I was just like, the crowd was yelling exotic, exotic,
Oh,
exotic.
that is amazing.
Yeah, so when I did wake up, I was like, exotic. So
Yeah.
I at the time, I guess I didn't have a cell phone. I looked in my dictionary, and it says strangely beautiful, not of the ordinary. And I
Mm,
was just like, like
I
like
love that.
that's me. Like
Yeah.
I would say that's me. So when I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I got my name.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, what is it? And I was like, exotic. And he was like, you not no dancer. That's the first thing
Right.
he said.
Right.
You not no dancer. And then he was kind of looking. I was like, well, I don't have to be a dancer. Look at the
Mhm.
dictionary.
Mhm.
That never meant that anyway, you know? It's
That part.
something not of the ordinary, something you wouldn't expect, you know? So ever since then, like when I started creating my songs, it started to become more seductive and sexy. And then
Mhm.
just me just growing, you know, just coming into who I was as an
Yes.
artist and as a person, it just started to work. And then I started to learn how to brand myself.
Period.
And all the
That's
way up until now, you know. I don't know. I just love like I pay attention to my dreams as
mhm.
much as I can because since I do pay attention,
Mhm.
everything that I have already dreamt has came true.
Yeah.
And up until this moment.
You might got the gift of sight. You know, my granny is really big on talking about intuitive people who
Mm-hmm.
got blessings. And like one thing she tell me is I got a blessed tongue. So and
Yeah.
then look fast forward, you
Mm-hmm.
do this. So you want to pay
Exactly.
attention to those gifts that you may have
Mm-hmm.
that really like hum in on it.
Yeah, and everybody can't even tap into that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
Mm-hmm.
will have a dream and then wake up and don't remember it.
That
You
part.
know, and for me to even remember that something so it felt so real and it actually did happen.
See?
Now, if you actually, you know, go back on like my YouTube, which is I'm exotic.
Period.
If you go back there, I had like an old performance and they were yelling exotic. And that was the craziest thing ever. And I said, well, I can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
cannot stop. And I haven't stopped since.
So this is my infamous question. Did it always was it always spelled the way that you spell it now, or did you like find a moment where you changed it and put like the numeral number before it?
Actually, it was always spelt like that because I've
Nice.
always been drawn to the number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy part about it is 3 times a charm. This is my 3rd album coming out.
See, look at that. And it's gonna be yeah, the people is waiting. We is like ears like
I can't even begin to express my gratitude for the people that support me.
mm-hmm.
You know, like I've been emotional for the past 3 days. Oh Lord, here I go. Here I
Yes.
go.
And that's real. That's real.
Wow. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just been like I feel overjoyed.
Especially when you know how far you've come to where you're at now and everything
Yeah.
that you've put in to get to this point and like
Mm-hmm.
people is loving it and fucking with
Yes.
you, okay? Because when I was here, look, I was like, okay, like you have that type of music that can really make people one, it got that mellow tone to it that like
Mm-hmm.
puts you in a good element. But then I was like, damn, I want to fuck on somebody.
Okay.
I ain't got nobody to fuck on, but
Right.
I want to fuck on somebody. Okay. So I'm like, okay. I was really proud of everything that you accomplished.
Thank you so
Do
much.
you have like a favorite song from your first album?
Um, Bedroom.
Mine's too.
Yeah,
Mine's
Bedroom.
too.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Akinale because he did produce the beat on that. But Bedroom was
A
my
vibe.
favorite
A vibe.
song on that
What are
album.
one of the verses from Bedroom?
Um, I believe it's you know how I get late night hours after 3. I want you touching me.
Period.
And this
Oh,
ain't nothing new. All I wanna do is you.
Okay,
Hey.
period. So, because
thank you for that.
yes, even like how you were saying, like when you just walking in your purpose, when you had reached out to me about doing the event, I
Mhm,
was like, oh my God, like, because I used to be so terrified of doing events. And then,
mhm.
like I was saying, to do one thing and then turn into something else, I was just like, maybe this
Yeah.
is really my calling and my passion because nothing else make me come
Mhm.
alive the way that I love meeting people. I love
Yes.
hearing their stories.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah. And then you put out your second project.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. I love the title of it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, hidden colors, you know, that's a racial thing too, on the other
Okay,
hand.
educate a bitch. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
that,
claiming to
but
know everything. Okay.
my hidden colors, because I felt like colors mean emotions, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and if you look
Mm-hmm.
on the color wheel, you can see that they have different colors for different emotions. So I was going through a really crazy relationship.
Yeah.
And I did kind of broadcast it a little bit, but then I took it down because I felt like that person just didn't care how people, you know,
Yeah.
perceived it, you know. So I just was like, you know, that's not my life no more.
Mm-hmm.
Let me move
Mm-hmm.
forward. But Hidden Colors was just something very deep for me. And I feel like once I wrote it, I didn't even want to listen to it no more.
Because that's so crazy because I listened to Hidden Colors first and
Mm-hmm.
then went back to your first album. Because then you can kind of see where people were in that moment
Mm-hmm.
in time and where they were from their first one. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like I felt like Hidden Colors said everything that I wanted to say to each
Okay.
of you tired ass niggas that ever played me, period.
Okay.
So I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, I really was. The whole situation of that time in my life was just crazy, and I'm so glad that I'm not that
Mhm.
with that person or in that element anymore. Because I love the person of who I
Yeah,
am
and
now.
that's how you have to sometimes go through those
Crazy
times,
moments in
yeah,
your
just to
life. Wow.
learn your worth,
Mm-hmm.
what you will and won't accept, setting
Yes.
healthy boundaries, not only for yourself, but
Yes.
other people around you, you
Yeah.
know? And so I'm kudos to that because one, regardless to
Mhm.
had you not went through that, we wouldn't have had that amazing album, okay?
Exactly.
You know what's my favorite song off that?
What is your favorite song?
Single.
Yes. I'm
Single is
finally single.
period.
Hey.
Oh, I
Oh.
was like, yeah, this gonna be my bump too. Like they're gonna be like, what?
Yes.
So with it being, I feel like you embrace so much of like being. What I want to do here at Mouthy is start creating conversations that's sex positive,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like you just have a really good way of handling your lyrics and being
Oh
able
yeah.
to embrace your sensuality and your body. How did
Yeah.
that come about? Was that something that you always possessed?
Well, confidence. I just never.
Period.
Can we cuss on here?
Yeah,
I
yeah. Talk your
never
shit.
gave a fuck
Period.
ever. As a little girl, all the way up until now, I always been a little chunky, cute thing,
Period.
and I never cared. My mom would tell me. She told me not too long ago. Well, she always remind me. I would say she was like, when you were little, she said I was like, Mom, when I get older, I want to wear a zucchini. But I was talking about a
Bikini.
bikini.
Okay, okay.
And still to this day, I will wear what I want to
As
wear.
you should. And especially like I think
Hmm.
we don't have this conversation as black women that our bodies will go through changes and we
Yeah.
may not fit into the typical mold of
Cookie cutter
yeah.
image. Yeah.
And,
Hmm.
and and so I'm especially in my 30s, I'm realizing that like, bitch, you gonna have Tina. She gonna be right
Yeah.
here and that's gonna be
Okay.
okay. Like you can't,
Right.
you gotta embrace all of that. But until
Hmm.
you start to see visibility of other
Exactly.
women that's like you that you can relate to,
Hmm.
I'm like shit. Like I used to always pose in a certain type of
Yeah.
no, fuck that shit. Now she just there. Hey,
Hmm.
what's up?
Yeah.
And I
Cause
love what beauty standards is coming in the
yes.
mainstream. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like I love the strangely beautiful, like the definition that's under my name
Yes.
because beauty has no definition.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? I always felt that way. Beauty has it doesn't have a definition. Who can tell somebody what's beautiful and what's not?
Yeah.
So I felt like that also fit me.
Period.
I'm not a size 6, and people might have a problem with it, but this is me. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
And it's like
saying?
what we have to realize in this society is that we become so superficial,
Yeah.
right? Like when we think of beauty, when we think of what people should look like, we just on the surface. But then when you pull it back, I done met some of the finest motherfuckers,
Okay.
okay? And trash in the inside. I
Yeah.
mean, like just horrible,
Yeah.
vindictive.
Ugly
Like,
inside.
yeah,
That's ugly.
that's the thing,
Okay.
okay? But I do love what you embrace because I
Thank
think
you.
one thing when we was talking about relationships, I'm just now getting to a point where I'm like getting comfortable with my body
Hmm.
again. The people who deem you when you be in a relationship, the shit that they love about you
Yeah.
when you first get with them, be the thing that they wipe off
Yeah.
you when you like get with
Hmm.
them. And so I'm like, I used to be sexy as fuck. Like I used to be
Okay.
confident as fuck when it came to my
Okay.
sensuality. Now
Hmm.
I'm like, it's just too much, too who narrative,
Hmm.
too who judgment.
Because when you are in relationships, a lot of times, yeah, we do things for ourselves, but of course it's to please the other
Hmm, hmm.
person when you're not thinking about
Yeah.
yourself. We end up putting that person first, and it shouldn't be that way. We should value ourselves just as well as we value that person.
Oh,
So, when the relationship does end and you finally try to grow without that person, it's like, dang, I'm not used to this person, but you're supposed to feel uncomfortable
hmm.
because you're about to reach a new level without
Yes,
that person.
yes,
So, yeah.
and I think the things that you attract become so much different
Yeah.
because the funny thing is, I remember a pivotal moment where I was like, I'm going because I felt like I was way thinner and like I was like, I'm gonna eat a lot and I'm gonna gain some weight and nobody's gonna find me attractive. You know, like when
Mhm.
you go through
Yeah.
sexual abuse, you be like, let me try and make myself unattractive,
Yeah.
and you do these things, and then you realize like, oh, bitch, they love titties, they
Right.
love ass. So you
They
didn't
love
put your
all of that.
yeah, like you didn't put yourself in a
Mhm.
worse situation by just doing
Yeah.
that. I'm like, oh no. But I had to learn like it's me as a person, the
Yeah.
essence, the confidence, all of that,
Mhm.
you know, period.
In that heart. They're
Period.
hard in that mindset. So yeah.
And so I think about women like us to be more out there in mainstream media, to be able to pursue our passions, because little brown girls is going to be looking up to us
Yeah.
that may not fit the cookie cutter mold
Yeah.
too. And I don't want everybody, it's no shade. If whatever you want to do to your body, that's your body to do it
Yes.
with. But what I'm saying is I want girls to have the option to know however they craft, they are perfectly okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much.
Period. So when we talk about sex, right? You have this title of Queen of Fantasy. Tell me a little bit about that.
So exotic, my I would say inner being.
Okay.
She
Yes,
is
inner
the
being.
mother of fantasy. So I like to give people that feeling, you know, whatever
Yes.
you think, or, you know, all of those desires, I like to make those come true.
See, I love that because it's not oftentimes I'm in spaces. I used to talk about sex a whole lot, and I don't know where, like maybe when I was doing like nonprofit, it get whitewashed and I couldn't. I'm like, damn, everything's so censored. But I love to be in conversations about sex, because what my existence of sex may be look completely and utterly different for someone else. And it'd be like, oh shit, I might try that.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
It's always good to have new thrills and try different things.
Yeah. But then it's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I feel like I'm at a point where I'm so scared to try things because I feel like people shame women for being sexual beings.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that?
I just feel like people should worry about their own self.
Period.
And that's always going to be my answer. Worry about your own self and what y'all do in y'all life and y'all sexuality. You know, that's my biggest thing. Okay.
Ugh. And I don't know why like sexuality and identity has been this now conversation for people who don't even share those type of identities. It'd be like, oh yeah, I got a black friend, or I got a gay friend, like I got a trans friend. Like,
how about I just have a friend?
Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, but everybody,
to be a friend, you're gonna want to be a friend. Okay. So you want to play a game with me?
Oh, let's play a game.
Okay. So you ever heard of word association, right?
Ooh, okay.
All right. So I'm going to say out words, and you tell me either what's the first thing that come to mind from hearing the word, or what that word means for you.
Okay.
All right.
It's like a word Rorschach test.
Yeah. Period. Oh Lord, let me get my brain together.
All right. So our first word is sensual.
Sensual. The first word that come to my mind is just intimacy, just touch.
I agree with that. Okay, sexual.
Fucking.
Period. Pleasure.
Toys.
Okay. Kinky.
Ropes.
Penis.
Big.
Vagina.
Wet.
Pussy.
Fat.
See how you do that there? Dick.
Long.
And last, orgasm.
Experience.
Period. Oh, you did that for me.
Okay.
But you see,
have you ever played this game before?
No, I've never had.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
And that's like my first time, because I was like, I wonder how people connect words to their experiences. You know, like.
I love that.
Yes. So try it whenever. Like, I be coming up with corny ass.
I
games.
love that.
Okay, good.
We're gonna play a few games this Saturday.
Oh,
too.
Okay. Tomorrow,
yes,
y'all.
Tomorrow.
Tell the people about tomorrow. Let's take a moment to tell people what you got going on tomorrow.
Tomorrow at the Magic Bag, I am going all out. I'm giving people a different experience within exotic. Now, it's one thing to drop an album, and it's another thing to perform.
Yes.
And it's another thing to drop a video. But I'm doing all of that.
Yeah.
Plus more. Plus spankings will be there.
See, that make me want to bring out all of the everything. Because when I first had on, I was just gonna wear a plain lingerie when I walked up in here.
Oh, I would have loved that.
Yeah, I know. And then you was like, "Oh, I'm coming from rehearsal." So I was like, "Let me tone it out just a little bit." But I was like, "I still gotta have lace."
I love it.
Yeah, like lace just make me feel sexy. Yeah, and I was like, "Ooh." But that's so exciting. Do you want to give out the name of what this project is entitled, or we wait till tomorrow?
No, we can definitely give out the name. The name of this album, my third album, is called Triple X. Yep, I'm going with the whole theme. Okay. Well, really, it's not a theme. It's actually my third album. My name is Exotic, so I'm giving you Triple X.
Sexy, yes,
yep.
Period.
So that is the whole the whole shebang around this. When you guys come tomorrow,
Oh, I'm excited. I'm so excited because
woo!
knowing you, knowing your
Yes,
energy, everything, and like you just take your craft serious. I was just
yes,
like, oh, I'm here for it.
yes. Oh my goodness, I just can't wait. Oh my,
I was
it's
like,
finally here.
you pulled off like the Magic Bag, which is not a easy
Yeah.
venue to
Shout
like.
out to them.
Yeah,
Thank you guys so much.
yes, to like get
Yeah.
into, pull off, and so I'm here for it all. What would you
Yes.
say like either the inspiration or the vibe of Triple X is?
I would say it's a fun role play album. So I'm giving you sexy music, but I'm giving sex in different forms.
Hmm.
I do, like, if you listen to the songs, I have a song on there called Samurai, and it's the role play.
Period.
It's role play. Um a master in a sense, the
Yeah.
sensei. So basically I'm like, teach me how to do things so I can master them to please you.
Will there be
Ooh.
costume changes?
At the show,
Yeah.
you have to come to see.
Ah,
I
see,
love
there it
that.
is.
Period. So you better
Mhm.
come and see.
Yeah, so that is one song that's on there. I have a song called Up and Down. Up and Down is about when you get picked up and get did right.
Okay. Okay.
Everybody can't pick everybody up. So
Period.
that's about that. It's just different forms inside of sex that I just wanted to have fun with,
And highlight. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
real.
yeah.
So if you had to say what would your favorite role play, what would you say you enjoy?
Well, I like to be bad. So
Okay.
anything that comes with spankings,
Okay.
you know,
I love that. I
I'm a
love that.
spanking kind of girl.
Okay. So I had a lot of role plays, I think, in
Mhm.
my life, but I think one now that just will not let me like let it go is
Mhm.
like this cheerleader whole get
Oh
up
yeah.
like
I like everything, really.
yeah.
I don't really have like a specific
Hmm.
preference when it comes to things, because I feel like I'm open to doing everything, even if I haven't experienced it yet. I'm open.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, and it's funny because I have friends that tease me like, "Girl," like, but I do think you should be sexually like,
Experience,
yeah,
yeah,
open and just
experience to see what you like and what your partner likes and different things like that.
because that's really the honest way that I've been able to learn my body,
Hmm.
learn how to actively have sex, right? Because I think
Yes,
in the beginning you could think that
you doing something and you're not. Yes.
basic as fuck.
Yeah.
I used to be like, I used to tell people like, I'm an old lady when it comes to sex, and they used to be like, what? And I'm like, like, I don't know what I'm doing because they be like the shit they be wanting you to do. I'm like,
Yeah.
stop watching porn because I can't keep up.
Right, they get paid for that.
Yeah,
Like, we're together.
okay.
Like, you're not looking.
It's been 4 years.
Right.
Okay, that's all you gonna get.
We really do love a Paschetti string zucchini every once in a while.
Mhm. What's that?
A
Up-
zucchini.
But a Paschetti string zucchini?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay,
why I'm
period.
laughing.
I'm like, oh, I'm like, teach me something new.
Right.
Okay? Period.
Oh my goodness.
But people are pleasantly surprised when I say I do have this thing about like soy candles and wax that just really does something for me.
So you like to get wax poured on you?
Yes, I do. That is just like the most
Yeah.
I don't know.
And everybody don't like to try that. Oh, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna just
That-
relax.
That is not the first time I've heard that on your podcast.
Yeah, see,
Miss
so you
Mouthy.
know I'm not lying.
Mhm.
You know it's true.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
Right.
it really is a thing for me.
I'm gonna have to come back and bring some candles and
There it
stuff.
is.
Mhm.
Because don't go get those candle jars used for the living room, y'all.
Not the
No.
normal
No,
candles.
you gotta
everyone.
go to the sex
has
store.
to turn into oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Or else. So me and her was having this conversation offline, and I was saying about like I don't know if everybody got one. I don't know. There's levels to this shit, but we all have I have a sex box, and I was like, excited, do you got a sex box? Because I wanted to take notes. Like
Mhm.
I said, I feel like I'm a grandma and I got a lot of things to learn, especially being single and putting myself back out here and about to be out,
Mhm.
I need to learn how to loosen up again and
You
get
feel
back
like
in a
that?
yes, I feel like I'm just kind of like
Uptight or something when it
yes.
comes to certain things?
Yes, and I used to didn't be like that, and I don't know if it's because I'm a mom now or what,
Mhm.
but I want to get my freaky back.
I know that's right.
So I got all this stuff, but I
Ooh.
have not used it because I'm like, who you gonna use it? I get in
Right.
my head. I get in my head, and it be so like, this- but I would say, what are some things that you really, really like, um, that I might actually want to try, or are
Well,
this
let me see what you have
okay?
first, and then I can go off of that.
Okay, boom. I'm gonna tell you this. This the first thing that I was like, if I it then got bigger too because it was small. Like one thing about it,
Mhm.
y'all sex boxes is going. If you don't know what a sex box is, you need to start having your little hidden space in your
Mm.
room where you put all your sexual things, so people just
Yeah.
don't
And
know what
not
they.
under your mattress. All right.
Right.
Well, mine was under my my bed. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. Okay,
Hey
boom.
everyone.
So this was the first thing I wanted to like start with. Whenever
Okay.
whenever I was like, I'm going, y'all, these anal beads. So shout out to my son. My son was like, Ma, have you ever tried some anal beads? And I was like, no, I always wanted to.
Mhm.
That and the anal plug. Like I just want the little flashy anal plug. Um, but then when I find myself to be like,
You ready to do it? And you just like, no, I'm okay.
or the guy get intimidated by like when I break it out. I'm like, hey, I got this boxer.
The thing about toys and stuff like that, everybody not comfortable with it,
Mhm,
you know, and
mhm.
that is a different thing. Because if you know you like that, you're gonna have to find you somebody who likes that.
Yeah.
Because if they're not open, it ain't gonna
And I guess that's my question. Have you ever been with somebody who y'all could be really invested, but y'all are sexually like uncompatible?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had this well it's on both ends. I
Mhm.
had a person that was like, I was like, oh baby, you're not doing it for me. It's not enough, okay? Then I had somebody else. I was like, oh, you freaky, like you.
But were they willing to learn? That's the difference.
Mm,
How to please you,
That was a
know?
question that
no.
I had. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, like and that goes to my conversation that I often have. It's like sometimes I feel like a lot of men, and this is my own personal opinion, is very selfish lovers. Like
Mhm.
they don't want to take the time to really get to know how to please their partner, no matter who
Mhm.
they are.
And sometimes they don't even know how. Period.
That's true.
You know, because it's just let me get off. You
Yeah.
know, that's how they probably grew. You know,
Yeah.
thinking.
Cause I'll be trying to figure out like, do anybody make love anymore? Like, do anybody? Like I
Mhm.
like I'm a sensual type
Yes.
of person, very passionate.
Yes.
Okay, and so this shout out to Aaron. Okay.
Period. What's
Okay,
that?
Aaron. Because I'm like really picky with the whole like oral
Oh
thing.
yeah, throat
Yeah.
spray.
But if I'm gonna do it, yeah, I wanna
Mhm.
like really get into
So
it.
have you used that yet?
Nope. Still opening the box. I
What
gotta get
Nah.
What
see.
is that
It
again?
numbs your throat and it basically lubricates your
Yeah, so
throat.
now you don't have no gag reflexes
Yeah.
when you're like going down on your partner.
Or dry mouth. That's what
Oh,
that. Yeah.
okay. And yeah, like because I don't like taste of certain things,
Mhm.
so it's salted caramel.
Okay.
Uh
Well, you gotta open that and see what it tastes like.
huh.
You
Okay,
might as well.
you
I
right. You
mean,
right. See,
Miss
that's why
Mouth,
I need you.
Miss Mouthy,
Period.
there's some salted caramel whiskey right around the corner
You
from me.
right. You right. Everything. That's where I got my inspiration from when I was picking it out in the store.
I love it.
Period.
you
Let's
got
see.
to try it, and then you'll see what it does and
Okay.
how it
Period.
feels.
Okay. It's cute packaging.
What's the brand?
Put that up on the camera there, Miss
Okay.
Mouthy.
Wait, hold
Period.
on, right here too.
There you go.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
called Deeply Love You.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Throat relaxing.
That word love
spray.
is triggering.
Okay.
Okay.
What's it giving?
Oh, it's giving good.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's salted caramel. Okay, for real. And it got that little
Oh.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. I could do that.
I only had like the mint kind.
Really? Oh, you said it got to be fresh going in my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
But you taste a little numbness. Yeah.
The sensation.
This
Yeah.
isn't bad because if you are like drinking that drink over there, that salted caramel
Mhm.
drink,
You could
yeah.
do some damage.
Okay.
So this is going into my 50
I
Shades
love
of
that.
yeah. This is my most recent thing.
Mhm.
Um,
And you haven't played with nobody. Listen, this
I
is brand
know.
new stuff right here.
No, it ain't that they
She
not
ready for
trying.
some
Okay,
love,
yeah, but you
okay?
got to be
She ready for
ready.
some
Come in
genuine
my play
love.
box.
Okay.
Let's go back to your album. You and Candy is probably the only two artists that made me want to visually go to a place.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the Red Room. I want to go to the Red Room. Like,
Oh, okay. So that whole concept, I just love coming up with different concepts, y'all.
mhm.
So it started with these guys looking for a job.
Okay.
and they came across like the app on the phone. So they pressed the little, you could press touch screen,
Yeah.
press the little button, and they was where I was at.
Ooh.
They came and did an interview for me, and they never left after that.
Of course they wouldn't go.
Okay.
Like, why? But I was like, oh, I want to go to the red room. Period.
Yes.
What else I got in here? Oh, this is my favorite. Before I knew about this, yes,
Hmm.
Pop Rocks was
So you
awesome.
have used that before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Pop Rocks. Like, I
Hmm.
used it on one person. And
How was
he
that experience?
I loved it. And
Hmm.
I feel like that's what kept him engaged. As much
Hmm.
as he probably got on like,
Right.
I want to get rid of this
But you
bitch.
gotta make it fun
Mhm.
because that is how it lasts.
Yeah.
Because it could get dull real quick. It can get dull real quick, but if you don't bring things in to spice it up, y'all just gonna
Then
be like, all
yeah.
right.
Because I had one who used to be like, "You do it like you don't want to do it," and that's before I had like started Pop Rocks, and
Mhm.
I was like, "I don't want to do it," and I
Right.
told you, I communicated my boundaries to
Hmm.
you, but then the one he was like, he kept telling me my own story, like, one day I had a girl suck my dick with some Pop Rocks, and I'm like, "Yo, it was me."
Right.
So
Hello.
deal with her.
Right. Trying to remind you so they can get that action
Period.
again.
Okay, so one thing about me is that I feel like different lubes brings different sensations. Period. So I don't know if everybody is um big on it, but now that is a black owned lube, which is shout out to Chaos.
Yeah, I was about
Uh,
to say, I think I seen chaos with
yeah,
this.
yeah. And so when he was on here, he gave me about. I love it. For one, it looked
Really?
like Two, it actually don't take that much. You see how much actually used?
Yeah.
Like it don't take that much, and you just put your
Wow.
saliva to it, and then keep going and going.
Wow.
I do have a creamy base, like a
I'm so glad we're on this topic
really yes.
because it's a big surprise
Oh,
tomorrow.
oh, yes. I love surprises.
It's a really big surprise tomorrow.
Okay,
The big reveal, once everything is at the end,
okay.
I have something. I don't know if everyone's seen the trailer or not, but it's
I
something
do.
inside the box.
Let me tell you, you give us imagery,
Thank you.
looks like. What be the inspiration behind of it? Like, is it coming from the dream? Is it like
It is.
okay, okay?
Everything is coming just from my dreams guidance. I
Hmm.
would say that.
Hmm.
And just the feeling of just accepting who I am
I
as
love
a
that.
person and as an artist. It's just like I can't. And another good thing about it is, well, it's different, but my dad is a real big supporter. You would
Yeah.
think that he would be like,
Oh.
I remember when I first got into like the sexual talk and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and I think I had like call me, I'm calling you daddy in there or something. He
Uh
was like, who you calling daddy? He looked at me like this, and by this time I had to be 18, but it was just like, it's just a song.
Yeah,
Like
like
it's just
yeah,
a
because you still have to
song.
have that parental
Yeah,
respect.
but it's so much support,
I love that.
man. It's so much support. Shout out to my parents,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a big reveal
Oh,
tomorrow.
I'm excited. And so let's give Exotic a timeline. Let's just say the next 2 years.
Hmm.
What are some things you would either want to accomplish or what's on your vision board?
I'm coming for Vogue. I'm
Period.
coming for the top magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to be on every red carpet,
Period. I see that for you.
and I
Fucking
want
it
to.
up.
I feel like I'm an international art, like a global artist. I don't feel like I am just Detroit based.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was raised here,
Yeah.
but I never felt like I fit in. And even though I get major support,
Hmm.
but musically,
Yeah.
I just don't feel accepted because I'm doing something different.
And I love how versatile you are with your
Thank you.
music. You can do pop, you can make it real sultry. Like
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
That's the thing about being an artist. I think in this realm, I do agree with Cardi B, and I hate talking about people who got platforms. Like,
Hmm.
but she was talking about how she feels the internet controls music, right?
Yeah.
And they don't allow artists to actually be artists, and they don't give it
Yeah.
enough time to be like, well, let me see if I really like it and what
Hmm.
part do I connect with? Because there's some artists from some major names, and because I don't want people coming after me, you can listen to their album and you may not like every song on their album, but you're gonna be guaranteed two or three that you're gonna love and be like, oh bitch, they was speaking to me. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
So I want people to give music a chance to be able
Yeah,
to
just
grow.
my thing is within everyone, or just people like, your Drakes and Beyonces
Hmm.
and different people like that, they're going to give so many different genres of music.
Yes.
They are global artists,
Yeah.
national art, and when people was talking like about Drake's album and stuff, why do y'all expect him to do the same thing?
Yeah. Because as an artist, that means you're not evolving. You know
Exactly.
what I
You
mean?
want to try different everything, no matter what it is in life, to see what fits you best
Hmm.
for your purpose in life. That's
Period.
my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I wish you nothing but the success
oh,
because
thank
it's so
you.
important. Like, it's so important to like. I feel like both of us coming from this place, coming from this city, we don't know what our future lies, but
Mhm.
we know great things are
Are
ahead.
on the way. Yeah.
Period. And so it's gonna be like, girl, we had the red carpet. Remember
Okay.
we was talking about it 2 years ago.
Yes.
Look at us now.
Yeah. And that is one that those are my first goals,
Hmm.
just to get in the big mainstream world and get on those magazines.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it all.
It's coming. I feel the same
Yes.
way. Like, I want endorsement deals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to limit. I even want to do acting. Like,
Do
I
it
just,
all.
yeah, like you gotta put
Yeah,
yourself out there because you don't want to have a life full of regret. You
that's
really
true.
don't.
You got to find out what feels good to you,
Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, what else we got in here?
Yes, let's see.
Oh, let me see. I probably ain't even got that much right.
There's a lot in that bag.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. Like,
saying, there's so much in there.
because it was growing every.
Get this just in
Yeah,
case. Get this
yeah.
just in
It
case.
was growing, but the men
I saw some prophylactics in there. Is that correct?
that is condoms is really really needed.
All
Mhm.
right. Are they
Um,
flavored or
they vary. So
Mm.
go for it?
I love this mask because
Ooh.
sometimes you get with somebody and they don't want people to know that they on camera, so you could
Mhm.
use this.
Have a little fun. A
Or
little
he could be like a little ugly, and you may not want to.
Put this
Yeah,
on.
put this on. Let me hide myself, okay?
Put this
Because
on
Oh,
and let me
stop
enjoy
it.
myself.
Stop
for
that.
real, because they be quick to be like, "Well, this is my first time." No, this is my first time being with
Right.
somebody like you, okay?
You say when they're not comfortable on camera. Is that a part of the experience?
I like.
Mm.
Yes,
You like to record?
I love recording now. Like,
Yeah.
um, yeah.
We'll leave it at
Yeah,
that.
like, and I've only had one person, and I don't know why he was so brave, but this person shouldn't have been as brave. But he was okay with just, but it's a level of trust
Yeah.
that I
Of
love
course.
there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. But yes, like you were saying, there are flavored, there are strawberry condoms in
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Um,
Latreska? Is that how you pronounce her name?
Patricia?
Latricia.
Mhm.
yes, hi love.
She said, "Here, you're all ugly."
Okay, period. Um, but yeah, no matter what, like I want people to take ownership of their bodies and what it is that feel good.
Yeah.
More than anything. Like, let's stop making sex so taboo. Have
Yeah.
those conversations.
How do we get here?
Yeah.
That's my thing. We're all here from what?
Naked.
Okay. We're
So
all here from the
yeah,
same thing.
Yep.
So embrace it.
yeah. Because we're adults, and at the end of
Mhm.
the day, it's natural.
Yes.
You're gonna find people attractive. You
Mhm.
gotta figure out what you like.
Yes.
And I feel like once you get to a point, no matter what, generationally, you're gonna have to have those conversations with your niece, nephew,
Mhm.
cousins, whoever, to tell them the
Yeah.
other side. Because people want to just talk about sex, but we don't talk about like the health aspect of it too.
Yes.
Like, all right, bitch, you might be in a clinic, so you're
Right.
gonna get that shot, but this is
Yeah.
how you can prevent this.
Mhm.
And if
Got to be safe.
and if
Mhm.
we don't talk about those things, it just comes off so wrong.
Yeah.
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 But
It's
I
best
love,
to be educated on everything.
yeah, but I
Mhm.
do love that. I don't know, maybe it's my own personal opinion, but I
Mhm.
feel like twerking has now made women so empowered,
Mhm.
in a way that like we always been that, but it's just
Yeah.
like now,
But look what I can do.
yeah, right,
Hey, you
wow,
can't tell
wow,
me that.
okay,
Because you was going crazy.
ooh, and
I
it's
seen that story.
oh,
Mhm.
because now I can enjoy coming out of
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
long ass relationship. You lose parts of yourself, and you be like, "Am I ever gonna get her back?"
Mhm.
And it's not that you want your old version of yourself back. You just want the new, improved you.
Yeah.
And so it's living now without a care in the motherfucking world,
Okay.
following my passions,
Yes.
whatever I want for
Yes.
self. It's gonna
Yes.
happen.
Yes.
So tell the people how they can keep up with you, Exotic.
You guys can follow me on all social media. The number 3, the letter XOTIC. That's Instagram though. The number 3, the letter XOTIC _ LIFE. That's Exotic Life on Instagram. Or you can visit my website, which is
Period.
www.3xoticmusic.com.
And can they still get tickets for tomorrow?
They definitely can.
Okay.
Go on the website or go on magicbag.com, or you can even go up there tomorrow. They'll be able to do it at the
Okay,
door.
come to
as
the
well.
door.
Right.
Okay.
Come to the door. Y'all will be able to do it. I feel like this is almost a sold out show. I just got word.
Are you allowed to sell prices for the tickets?
So $20 general admission, $50 VIP. That comes with the goodie bag.
Y'all
That
gonna
comes
want
with
that goodie bag.
Y'all
What's
do
in the
want
goodie bag?
You gotta come and get it.
Because
There
I'm
it
telling
is.
you, that could be your brand new addition for your sex box. Okay.
Yes, yes. And I can't wait to show y'all what's inside my box tomorrow.
I know your box pretty.
Oh,
Okay,
period.
So on Mouthy, we like to leave pearls of wisdom. So let's
Okay.
say for a young girl who might be struggling with self-esteem or body images, what advice would you have for her? Yeah.
That might be struggling with self-image.
Yeah, self-image, confidence, whatever. I think because I know for me, middle school was the hardest.
Okay.
Middle school was so hard to figure out like my body, my identity, and so I think about because I see my algorithms and it'd be like, oh, the young people fucking with me. Like, what would you say to a young person who might be experiencing that type of thing right now?
First of all, you are beautiful.
Period.
And just embrace everything, all the flaws. This is you, and you have to love you first. You don't need nobody's acceptance to be beautiful. You don't need none of that from nobody. You don't need no validation from nobody to be you. So when you understand that, that is the biggest reward to grow in life.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And take it from me, you may not learn it in that moment. You might get old as hell like me and just now starting to figure that out.
Yes.
But the beauty is in the journey.
Yes.
The beauty is in recognizing that at that point, I didn't know my worth, but all of a sudden now, I know it.
Yes. Find your happy place too. And if it is anybody around you that is making you feel like you are less than that, those people don't need to be in your life.
Period.
Don't waste your time with people who bring you down.
They out there.
Okay.
Too.
They are out there.
Because they see your light. They see what the universe is bringing to you and manifesting for you. And you just have to leave that be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And know that I feel like this when you young like that, y'all, you ain't even hit puberty yet. Give your body some time to do what it's gonna do, because that thing gonna thing. And
okay,
it ain't nothing that nothing can't.
Okay, you gotta grow.
Period. And stay off of social media. That is the biggest way to make yourself.
Social media is not validation.
Yeah.
First and foremost, just because somebody might get a little enhancements and stuff like that, that's not you. That's for that person.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you gotta dictate your life.
Yeah.
Like whatever you want for self, you can make it happen, yo.
Yes.
So thank you again.
Thank you,
we about to turn the fuck up tomorrow, y'all. Okay.
Yes.
So
what
y'all
you
come
wearing?
out.
What you wearing tomorrow?
I got a little yellow number that I'm wearing, and I can't wait because I found the perfect bag when we was out shopping, and like I'm just here for it.
Sexy.
Okay, period. I ain't wearing no panties. Period.
I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties
on the dance floor. Oh, so yeah, thank you for coming and pop your shit. Of course, always, whenever you want to come back, we here. So yeah, shout outs tomorrow. Meet us at Magic Bag. We're gonna be up in that thing. And it's your girl, Miss Mouthy. Even when you what? Don't see me, you hear me. Till next time. Bye, lips. Bye.